One of the topics which came under scrutiny. The 10-ton giant is airborne. It was unfeigned news from the scene of Britain's worst train disaster. Had she fallen, she was expected to be able to fly 9 feet. When he was a soldier in Germany, he met Priscilla Goodwin.
Cultural change in Britain, 1951 to 1964.
Writer George Orwell had a dream, or a nightmare, of what the world might be like in 1984, and put his ideas into a book. The book became a film, and at the film's London premiere, that vision of the future seems to have spread into the theatre foyer. Extravagant hairdos mingle with the more orthodox ones as the audience gathers. Gordon Scott, perhaps better known as Tarzan, is one of the first nighters. Another is Peter Reynolds.
With new forms of entertainment arising and people's changed attitudes, people becoming more cynical about the government, this led to the rise of satirical comedy such as David Frost, that was the peak that was. Back in those days, people weren't that great at naming the shows. Sorry. In 1957, Britain experienced a cultural revolution in the form of theatre, when a young playwright by the name of Osborne wrote a play called Look Back in Anger, which detailed the struggles of the working class. And it had a very huge impact at the time when Laurence Olivier, the foremost prominent actor of that time, requested that Osborne write a part for him in a play, which would then go on to become a film.
Economic and political change, 1951 to 1964.
Eden Times Prime Minister can be summed up with one four-letter word starting with S. Suez. You thought I was going to swear, didn't you?
We're all agreed about that.
The Profumo scandal was the final nail in the coffin of the political career of Macmillan. It damaged his government, damaged his reputation and his credibility, and it led finally to the fall of his Conservative government and the rise of little-known Harold Wilson and the Labour government of 1964.
Whee! The Profumo scandal was the final nail in Macmillan's political career, as it had everything to make a classic scandal. It had sex, drugs, Russian spies, and finally suicide. The Profumo scandal happened in 1963 when Defence Minister John Profumo
Slept with Christine Keeler,
who was a very attractive whore. Christine Keeler was no ordinary whore. She was also a known friend of Russian spies and drug dealers. And when you're Minister of Defence, that doesn't look good, does it?
Harold Macmillan's government was...
Stop!
There was nowhere else where he could turn to. It was a slow move down until he finally lost to the Labour government by 4 seats in 1964.
We're all agreed about that.
Change in attitudes, 1951 to 1964.
I've got to get the angle right.
The political system was rusty and in need of some new legislation.
We're all agreed about that.
Okay, ready.
The 1950s was a time of great racial tension, as it was during this time when the government was welcoming in hundreds and hundreds of immigrants, and that was creating tension between the white working class and spearfarers.
No blacks, no Irish, no dogs. Can I have a pint?
No, you're black.
There were racial tensions in the 1950s.
We're all agreed about that.
Following the Second World War, there was a shortage of labour in Britain, as all the low-wage jobs could not be fulfilled. So, Commonwealth countries, mostly black, were immigrating to England to fulfil those spots. But the racial tensions in England caused riots such as in Notting Hill. However, Macmillan, originating from London, produced legislation which would actually damage the number of immigrants that could come into the country from this sort of motion. However, that did not affect the Irish coming in from this direction, which made the legislation seem racist, as Ireland, a white country, could come here as much as they wanted, bloody Irish, whilst the West Indian countries could not.
New technologies. It's a time with great new technologies, as televisions and fridges became more affordable to the working man, and this led to the invention of the Mini.
The Profumo scandal affected the political career of Macmillan greatly. It was actually the final nail in the coffin of such a brilliant... No, do it again.
And we're short.
The Profumo scandal was the final nail in Macmillan's political career. That line doesn't make sense. The final nail in the
Go on.
The Profumo scandal was the final coffin in the net. It was the final nail. It's too much of a hard.
And
Let's keep filming.
ready? Just keep rolling.
Alright. The Profumo scandal was the final nail in the coffin of his political career.
Go.
The Plicht. Take two.
Okay, ready when you are.
Hair in it.
You got there, can I have a pint?
No, you're black.
And then yeah, you turn and say something, don't you?
Yeah, I'll go.
Can I have my back? No, you're black.
Okay, but you both got to laugh like obscenely a lot.
Alright then, go.
Actually, you can't see you. Chris, move your hand in. Like,
Turn around and go.
move. Yeah, Chris. Chris, but actually. Okay, ready when you are.
What's the line?
No, you're black! I go, the racial tensions in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Right. You alright, mate? Can I have a pint?
No, you're black.
The racial tensions in the 1950s.
Ready when you are.
There's a time of many great new technologies. During this time, televisions and microphones and fridges became more affordable. Let's start getting clips like that.
Okay.
I'm turning out there for a moment. How long do you want me to look meaningful for?
A long time.
Wait, just do it again.
Wait a second, I pressed the record.
It's alright with me, Emma. I can't take the effect.
Gunt.
Right.
Okay, wait a second, ready? Steady the camera.
Just go around something.
Yeah.
I'll just slow down.
Oh, that's